Time to take our first full look at sports. Aaron Streck joining me on the desk for that, Aaron. And really, it was quite an amazing series. We'll get to the other stuff in a minute, but that game itself last night was pretty amazing, I guess.
Yeah, the Bobcats over the years, it seems like they'll get to Game 3 here in Lloydminster. They'll win that one, go to Game 4, but usually it seems like they come up a bit short. It was really remarkable to see on the other night, just them winning, forcing the Game 5. And how would they fare? Well, let's see. It was do or die for the third consecutive game for the Orange and Black last night up in GP. In the past couple of seasons, the Storm rolled right over the Cats on their way to the next round, but that was about to change. Corey Hodgins opened up the scoring late in the first. Kyle Bowen added to it in the second, potting it to make it 2-0 after 40 minutes. In the third, Tanner Fritz cut the lead in half on the power play, 21 ticks in, but that didn't seem to faze the Cats as they scored 2 unanswered, followed by an empty netter to help Lloyd do the unthinkable and go into Grand Prairie and upset the Storm 5-1. The Bobcats now move on to a tougher challenge, facing off with the best team in the country in the second round, the Spruce Grove Saints. In 7 games during the regular season, the Saints only took 4 of the meetings. This series gets underway Sunday night at the Grant Fuhr Arena. The Bobcats will play in front of their home fans in a Game 3 on Wednesday night. A month has now passed since the city of Lloydminster and current owner Wayne Russell first announced that the team could end up in the hands of a Whitecourt businessman. Since February 3rd, the city of Lloydminster has been anxiously awaiting an offer from an interested party that would keep the team here in our region. Today, the deadline for that to happen came and went, as Carly Agro reports. Now the city is getting creative and is once again asking for the community's help to keep the hockey club here in the border city.
Make no mistake, there is work to be done. The difference now is that responsibility will fall on a group of investors, not an individual, an idea that Coach Kern and the mayor think will catch on.
This is a really positive thing to keep junior A hockey in town, and you never know what 3 or 4 years down the road becomes. Maybe we're a team that where kids all want to come to, and this town will grow and we'll step after step.
I think this is the way. I mean, if we can engage 800 people in season tickets, and if we can engage 100 community and business leaders with $5,000 commitments, then I think we broaden the catch.
Advancing to the second round of playoffs for a best-of-7 series against the nationally ranked Spruce Grove Saints is another step in the right direction for this team and should attract new investors as well as fans.
If I can continue to put a product on the ice that people like, it's a great thing for everyone in the community to sort of wrap themselves around and say, this is our team now.
The Cats' winning record will contribute to a rebuilding effort the mayor says will be structured around hockey clubs like the WHL's Edmonton Oil Kings and the NHL's Edmonton Oilers.
I've had some discussions with the Oil Kings and the people there, and they're quite prepared to help us out, to provide some mentoring. They can't get any more involved in that because of league rules and their own league rules, but I know the people there are very loyal to Lloydminster. They would like to see us do well, and they want the team to stay here.
It could really work. You need to sit down and talk. It's a great idea. I've always wanted to see it work. I kind of compare it to minor hockey. So you got the National Hockey League, the American Hockey League, and the East Coast League. Same kind of philosophy, and I think it would work and certainly would help the guys in the AJHL make it a better league too.
With a successful precedent set to follow, the Cats' future in the border city looks bright. And what's also becoming clearer is that the story is about more than just a team and a city.
I know we stay here. I've got 13 or 14 returning, so there's going to be some happy faces if they know the team stays.
I think it's just being Lloydminster. I think it's being proud of your city, proud of your community, and knowing how much a junior hockey team means to our community.
Season seats and individual shares can be purchased at the Bobcats office. The Cats begin their 7-game series Sunday in Spruce Grove. Carly Agro, Newcap Sports.
The Bonnyville Pontiacs are in the same boat as the Bobcats, preparing for the second round of the AJHL playoffs. The Ponds face a Fort McMurray Oil Barons club, who also swept their way into round 2. Clayton Brown has more now on a well-rested Bonnyville team gearing up for their 4th postseason meeting against the Fort Mac in the last 6 years.
Bonnyville cruised through the first round of the playoffs, bouncing the Sherwood Park Crusaders from the postseason after a 5-2 victory Monday night. And now the team is in the middle of a 6-day break.
We've used it to get a little bit of rest, but we've also gone very hard. I don't think we've changed a whole lot in regards to our preparation. We've pushed each other to stay at a high level, to get to a high level.
Fort McMurray had an offensive outburst in the first round, scoring 25 goals in just 3 contests, an area of the Oil Barons game the Pontiacs will be focusing on.
I don't think we can get into a run and gun series with them. I think, they maybe got a little more offensive weapons up front, and so we're going to have to make sure we play tight.
Keep pressure on their defensemen. They're a puck-moving defenseman, so if we give them time and space, then they're gonna hit the open guy. We just gotta play a tight-knit game against them, and stay on the body.
The Pontiacs finished the regular season 8 points back of Fort McMurray, but the team did have success against the Oil Barons this year, winning the season series 4-2 while shutting out Fort Mac twice.
We played him a couple times early in the season, and we really kind of took it to him. And we went up there and we figured out how to shut them out in their own barn, and it'll be a good series. We can definitely play with them.
Facing Fort McMurray in the second round, Bonnyville loses home ice advantage, but the team feels they can feed off the Oil Barons crowd in the first 2 games.
We can use the crowd to our favor and really get us energized, and it's an exciting place to play, so we'll all be excited for it for sure.
Games 1 and 2 go Sunday and Monday in Fort McMurray, with the Pontiacs returning home for Game 3 Wednesday night. In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, New Cap Sports.
Evolution Fighting Championships have been staging first-class mixed martial arts events in Lloydminster for several years now. As Jacob Zare reports, EFC has grown so much in the local area. Now they're set to take their show on the road.
EFC 1 through 6 thrilled MMA fans in the border city, and now it's time to expand. EFC 7 will take place on March 19th in Cold Lake, Alberta. It's the first time the promotion will hold an event outside of their home base in Lloydminster.
A new demographic, something. There's a lot of fighters out of Cold Lake that want to fight in front of their hometown. So that's what we want to do. We want to get these guys as much exposure and stuff to their own communities as possible.
With 4 fighters from Cold Lake on the card and 2 from Lloydminster, the show will have a bit of a Midwest theme.
It's great for the fighters. The hometown crowd will cheer them on, I'm sure, and I think it's good for the MMA clique and the group that works with the Spartans Club, I guess it is locally, and it may spur some more memberships in that club.
The main event will be a 205-pound division title bout battle between Team Sparta's Tim Camelli and Zach Blaber.
Tim's ranked like 9th in Canada right now in light heavyweight divisions. Zach's definitely, I think he's 5-3 now, or 5-2. He's put some wins together, so he deserves a shot at the title.
There's also 3 bantamweight or 135-pound fights on the card, and the smaller weight classes always deliver excitement.
And all 3, they're going to be great wars, and it's good to see the little guys fight. It's fast, lots of transition, lots of striking, just everything. Those little guys bring everything to the table.
In keeping with tradition, the UFC plans to have a special guest on hand.
We got Jason McDonald from the UFC. He's going to come down and be our special guest for that one, which we're excited about. Jason's a good guy, and he just signed another deal with the UFC, so it's big for us to have him there, and it's big for the community of Cold Lake.
Jacob Zare, New Cap News.
High school teams from across Alberta are on the pebbled ice in the border city this weekend for provincials. The tournament kicked off with a few games Thursday, but the event really got going this morning with a special guest throwing the ceremonial stone. 2010 Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts winning skip Val Sweeting was on hand today to throw the first rock.
I never got a chance to play in high school provincials because it usually conflicted with something else, and so that was I always wanted to be here, and so to be here now and throw the opening rock, it's my first time throwing the opening rock, so it's really exciting for me.
Having a caliber of player like Sweeting to open up provincial sends a clear message to the young curlers and coaches.
It really shows just how important this really is to the high schools, because this is a really big deal, especially for the curling community, because for provincials, you've got to work hard to get here.
We were very pumped to have her, and I'm sure the kids were pumped to see that, and for her to go into the hack and launch the first rock of the day to the tee line, it just shows the caliber, and it gives kids something to strive towards.
18 schools, including the host Lloyd Comp, are battling it out for the chance at Alberta Glory.
There is a lot of great teams here, and there's a lot of pressure on all of us here.
Obviously, we're hoping to win, but mostly just have fun and enjoy our time here.
With everything going on nationally in curling, with Saskatchewan's Amber Holland rink capturing a Scotties title and the junior men's and women's team making it to Worlds, The 3-day tournament shows Sweeting that the future of the sport is looking bright.
I think there's definitely, they say, a changing of the guard right now, and younger people are coming up, and I think that's really good and hopefully inspiring to the younger curlers to know that they're not that far away and they can get there.
All right, that's sports for tonight.